And depending on whether you are notable or not, Facebook will choose to either verify you or not verify you. So here are a couple of things that will help you get a verified profile, a tick mark on your profile or your page. Now, if you get a verification on your page, you can actually request Facebook to have that transferred over to a personal profile if you so choose to. But I wouldn't do that because your page is still like your official, like your official page should be where, in my opinion, where the blue tick mark goes and not on a personal account, because A, personal accounts can sometimes be disabled for different reasons. Facebook is becoming really, really tricky, and B, pages are obviously discoverable by other people, and so they have more of a they come up in searches and things like that, in Google searches, and your personal profiles don't. So I would put it on my personal on my page rather than my profile. All right, so what helps to get verified? Obviously, if you are a celebrity, journalist, brand name, or any other notable business person. If you're a celebrity, journalist, brand name, business person, typically Facebook will automatically give you verification without really you needing to do anything. Just because they'll look at your profile, they'll say, okay, well, such and such person is obviously notable, and there's not really a whole lot you need to do to get that verification a lot of times. But if you are one of those, if you do fall under one of these categories and you don't have a verified profile, you could actually make a request to Facebook to and ask them to give you a verification, the blue tick mark that you see here. Now, there used to be a form that you could actually fill out where you would basically give some information about you, and Facebook would look at it and they'll try to figure out like whether your page should be verified or not. But today, unfortunately, the form no longer exists, and you can't really directly request a verification through Facebook's own portal. However, if you have a dedicated rep at Facebook, and you can get a rep by being an agency that spends X amount of dollars with Facebook, or having a large ad account that you spend a lot of money, or being affiliated with another company that has a dedicated Facebook rep, you can certainly make that request through Facebook Business to that rep and ask them to verify one of your profiles. And that's probably the easiest, simplest ways to get your profile verified if it qualifies. And besides that, there's not really a whole lot that needs to be said about verification. Facebook is the only way it works. Simple as that. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few tips on what will help you get your profile verified. Make it so that you qualify to be verified, rather. Tip number 1 is fill out everything on your page, on your profile. Like, make sure that you don't leave any questions blank. Be completely detailed. Have a really good image of yourself on your profile, and just make sure that everything is complete on your profile. Don't leave anything blank. So make sure you go through each and every single setting, each and every single question, and fill out every little detail on your profile. Number 2, this is the most important one. And this is why you need to work with me. So how do you make yourself notable? Well, one of the easiest ways you can hack notability, not just hacking, but even if you're doing cool stuff, you're making a lot of money, you're creating a lot of impact, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're notable in the eyes of Facebook and Twitter and Google or Instagram and so forth. So to make yourself credible in the eyes of these social platforms, you need to get your name mentioned in big name publications like Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, Reuters, Morningstar, NASDAQ, Yahoo Finance, you name it. Any big name publication, ideally you want to get yourself mentioned in them. And ideally, you want your name in the title of that article. Ideally, you want your name to be in the title of the article. So a story could come out, for example, on Inc. Rafi Chowdhury, the 26-year-old entrepreneur or marketer, who blah 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 blah. You know, some sort of an article that has your name in the title. It's going to give you the best chances of being able to show these platforms that you are a notable person. And even if you can't get your name actually the title, as long as you have your name somewhere near the top or have a story that's kind of dedicated towards you, it definitely will help you. All right, I'm going to erase some of these. Tip number 3, I think. Okay. Apart from actually being a celebrity, being a newscaster, being a reporter, being an actor, actress, or something like that, being a brand name, if you really want to get your name, out there, one of the easiest ways you can do that is by becoming a journalist, essentially, by writing for big name publications like Inc., Entrepreneur, Huffington Post, Forbes. What else is there? Really, any big name publication like Wall Street Journal, Harvard Journal, Business Journal, anything big name like that. If you write for one of these publications or a news station, even Facebook, Twitter, Instagram will assume that you're a journalist. Will put you in that category, and they will verify your. Okay, I'm not gonna say they will verify your profile, but they will give you a good chance at verification. Okay, so try to see if you can get verified by becoming a writer for some of these major publications. While I'm erasing that. All right, number 4. And by the way, all these tips that I'm giving actually kind of apply to a lot of these. So I know I mentioned in the beginning it's really about Facebook, but really this stuff applies to Twitter and Instagram as well. So this particular tip number 4 is going to be mainly for Twitter, which by the way is very similar. Twitter, it's the same process. There used to be a form. Now there is no form. Twitter is coming up with some sort of form they're going to do. In the meantime, you can't really do anything. You can't really request to be verified on Twitter. But you could make your profile so that people do start, when they pull that form out again, or they know how they want to let people ask for verification. You will be, your profile will be ready for that, or they may just do it on their own. Number 4, basically for Twitter, this is important. Get verified accounts to follow you. If you have a lot of verified Twitter profiles that follow you, Twitter is going to look at you as an important person and say, well, this person is being, obviously being followed by some big name people, therefore he or she may also be important. Let's go ahead and verify that profile. So basically, they verify profiles that have a chance of being impersonated because they are a notable person or notable entity. So you want to make sure that these big name people are following you, and it makes you look pretty good in the eyes of Twitter and Facebook. A common misconception people have about verification is that you need a lot of followers to be verified. That's not true. There are Facebook pages with like a couple hundred likes on it that are verified. There are Twitter accounts with like less than a few hundred, followers that are verified. So you don't really need a lot of social proof, so to speak. You don't need a lot of followers, but you do need some high quality followers to follow you. And that makes you look important. And same thing on Facebook too. If you have verified accounts that like your page, other verified pages that like your page, it's a better chance that your page could potentially be verified as well. Personally, I only have a verified Facebook page, so I'm not as much of an expert on how to get verified on Twitter and Instagram. I'm still kind of trying to figure that out myself. But I do know from what I've learned from other people that I've talked to that have verified profiles, these are some of the things that have worked for them. All right, so obviously, like I said, I'm going to mention this again and again, those of you guys that are watching. The easiest way to get your profiles verified is if you have a dedicated rep at Facebook, at Twitter, at Instagram that you have communication with, who you can request this from. That is the easiest way. these other tips that I'm giving you will just increase your chances of getting verified, but they don't guarantee by any means whatsoever. Tip number 5, I think. So if you have a Wikipedia page, again, Wikipedia has a very strict guideline for notability. So when Facebook, Twitter, Instagram sees that you have a Wikipedia page and they verified you, it gives you a really good chance to be verified as well. Another thing, number 6. Verification on other accounts. So if you're already verified on Facebook, when you go to pitch Twitter, you can say, hey, I'm already verified on Facebook. I write for Forbes. I've been featured in Inc., Entrepreneur, and Bloomberg. I have a Wikipedia page. Would you be, I think that my profile should be verified because there are tons of people out there that are making, fake accounts under my name, and you can just fill out some people that have the same name as you and just show that as an example. That'll give you a really good chance of showing showing to these sites that you are a notable person, that you are, likely to be impersonated, or you're already being impersonated. You've already been verified. You've already established your brand, and you've established your credibility. Therefore, you demand that your account be verified on some of these other platforms as well. Obviously, for Facebook, as you guys know, Facebook owns Instagram. They're the same company, basically owned by the same company. And so, if you have a verification. I think this is tip number 7. If you have verification on Facebook, it'll be very much easier for you to get verified on Instagram. If you're already verified on Instagram, it'll be much easier for you to get verified on Facebook as well. Does it automatically guarantee that you'll be verified? On the other one? No, by no means. Like I'm verified on Facebook, but I'm not on Instagram, and so it really doesn't guarantee anything, but it gives you a better chance. And Instagram, it's the same type of thing. As Instagram doesn't really have never had a type of request form that you could pull out. But again, like I said, if you have a lot of verified accounts that are following you, if you have a lot of engagement, you create really, really good content. That's a really good one. I forgot about that one. Content. If you have a profile and page and you're not posting anything at all, like nobody sees what what you're writing, or you're not educating anybody, there's nothing on this profile, Facebook is not going to take you seriously, Twitter is not going to take you seriously, and so you're going to be risking your ability to be verified. So make sure that you're creating really, really good content on a daily basis and you're getting something out there. So yeah, having verification on one of the other platforms definitely increases your chances. Having a dedicated rep obviously gives you the best chances. Being a journalist is one of the easiest ways to really become notable. Having Wikipedia pages help. Obviously, writing for or being mentioned, especially in the title of big name publications, absolutely help a lot in order to get you verified. Having a really good LinkedIn profile makes a deal as well, I've noticed. It makes some sort of a difference. There are probably so many other hacks and so many different ways to get verified. Like I said, disclaimer is that I'm verified only on Facebook. I had never achieved verification on these other 2 platforms. But the reason I'm able to share some of these tips is because I have tons of friends that are verified in this one, Twitter and Instagram. And I've talked with those people and asked them, how did you do it? Or what was the process like? Or how did it happen? And these are some of the tips that they have shared with me. So again, hopefully these tips will help you guys. Will they always work? Not necessarily. Will you be able to do all these things and still not get verified? Chances are, yeah, and then you may never get verified, even if you do all these things perfectly. But again, doing these things and over time, building up really good pages, sharing good content, getting your name out there in big name publications, doing things in the community, being featured in news sites, definitely will increase your chances of getting a blue verification badge on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, which will obviously make you a little bit more credible. It will give you, let people know which is your authentic profile. And hopefully, in the long run, it will help your business out. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you in the next video.